Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron from Growth Generators. If you want to check us out online, growth-generators.com. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the problems with hiring a Wix partner. Now, I will fully admit I am a Wix partner and proud to be one. But when you are hiring a Wix partner, there are some things that you need to know and bring up in a conversation when you're going to be hiring them. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Number one is you need to understand what that Wix partner is doing and the capabilities that Wix partner has. A lot of people come to me and say, hey, I want to build a website. And I'm very happy to build a website. But I see a lot of times other people build websites for their customers and they get really upset that they don't have growth goals. They don't have any vision on what's going to happen to the website. They just have this mosaic piece of art that they want created, and they know that they need to hire somebody to create it, but then they don't understand how to sell it or sell anything involved in it. And this is what separates Wix partners. Now, some Wix partners are better than others, but a lot of times they're just going to build you the website. You picture and you tell them what you want, and they're going to go out and they're going to build what you want. That's their goal and their job, is to build what you want. Other Wix partners, such as my agency, typically go a different route. Your website is just a vehicle to make sales. That's it. We look at it like, hey, this is just how you're going to sell your product or your solution. But the problem is most people have never thought about how they're going to acquire their new audience, how they're going to make sales, why they need to optimize different pages to have more sales, or how they're just going to drive more traffic to their website. These are so critically important when it comes to having your website. The reason being is we can make your website look amazing. There's millions of beautiful websites out there. But I can tell you now that websites that don't look that good, look at Amazon. Amazon's website isn't a work of art. It's nice, but it's not a work of art. And they are a billion, maybe even at this point, $1 trillion company. Same thing with Apple's website. It's a nice website, don't get me wrong. It's not anything crazy, but they know how to acquire customers. That's the one thing that these two companies do really, really well. They understand how to acquire customers, and they understand the sales process and sales cycle. This is what separates a really good partner from a really bad partner. So number one is you have to understand what you actually want for your website. The second problem I see is they expect that Wix partner to handhold through this entire process. Now, I understand why somebody would want that. However, not all Wix partners are going to do that. This is a question you have to ask when you're having a conversation with a Wix partner. Is, hey, are you going to help me after I build my website? What are your capabilities? Oh, that's super important. How do you plan on attracting a future audience if I choose to retain you for marketing? Right? Your website, once again, is a vehicle for sales. Once you have a good-looking website, even before you have a good-looking website, you need to start thinking about how you are going to acquire new customers. And is that going to be relying on your Wix partner, or is that going to be relying on yourself and understanding things on sources like YouTube? We have a ton of content. I highly recommend subscribing to this channel and even hitting that like button. But this is where a lot of people go wrong. They think, well, this is my Wix person, they're going to be really good. Wix people are built or are there to help you design your website. That's it. They're going to help you design, they're going to help you implement, they're going to help you roll it out. That's everybody in the Wix partner program. That doesn't mean that they understand how to do marketing, how to do sales, and how to do landing page optimization, have all the cool tech that helps you make these educated decisions. This is so critically important to understand. So when you're interviewing a Wix partner, you have to make sure that you ask them, can you help me follow through on sales? What else are you capable of, right? And you need to think about this even before you're hiring a Wix partner, what your future goals look like. And that brings me to number three. What does the future of your website look like? When I ask people, well, what does 6 months from now look like for you? They say, well, I want to start making sales. That is the worst answer I've ever heard. Everybody wants to make sales, right? You have to think about how much money in sales do you want to do? Do you want to do 5,000? Do you want to do 10,000? Do you want to do 30,000 a month? Do you want to do $100,000 a month? Right? These are all things that you have to take into consideration with your Wix website and understand what that growth pattern looks like. If your goal is in 12 months to be doing $100,000 in sales, right, you probably want to add on $10,000 in additional sales every single month. So how do you actually get there? Right? Is it going to be SEO? Is it going to be a really, really aggressive SEO strategy? Is it going to be a paid ad strategy? Right? Do you have any experience with Facebook ads or Google ads? These are all questions that you have to start thinking about if you want to make $100,000 a month. Now, most people that at least I've seen typically want to do between $20,000 and $50,000 a year in sales. That's fantastic. It's really actually not all that hard, right? You want to do $50,000 a year in sales? That's really like, I don't know, $2,500 a month. It's really not that hard to attain. But how are you going to get there? How many people do you need to visit your website to subscribe to your email list to convert into customers? These are questions that you can ask. How much is your product? How much profit is in your product? How much money do you actually want to keep out of that $50,000 that you're going to do in business? All of these little areas compile into different questions that you have to think about and absorb as the person who's going to be paying a Wix partner, right? Because I can help somebody make $50,000, but how much profit do you want to make out of that? Do you want to make $50,000 in profit? Right? Because then we have to come up with your cost of product, cost of shipping, cost of marketing, add all of those together, and then we still have to figure out how much you need to sell in order to bring home $50,000 in profit. This is typically what separates a Wix website builder versus like a Wix agency builder, where that's typically what we're doing. We build websites for sure, but a lot of times people want this website and they think that they're going to make sales. That's not the reality of it. You have to figure out long before you're paying somebody for a beautiful website, how do you plan on acquiring those sales? How do you plan on shipping the product? Do you have a plan for shipping? Have you contacted, if you're going to sell 50 pieces a month, let's say you sell kind of like little pieces of jewelry, we've gotten a couple of those, that's great, right? Maybe you're selling little rings or necklaces that are, I don't know, $25, $50, fantastic. You want to sell 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of them, right? So are you contacting FedEx or UPS to ask for a better rate? Because they will give it to you. This is what separates a really, really, really good agency versus just somebody who's going to build your website. And it's important to think about, hey, do you know how to do the marketing? You just can't do the technology end as far as building the website? Or are you somebody that's like, I have a vision, I know my product, I know how much it's going to cost landed here in the United States, maybe you're buying it overseas, I know my profit margins, I know how much money I can spend on marketing, I just need somebody to do it all for me, right? And you are the conductor of the entire operation. Great, that's fantastic. You just have to understand where you're at. Or maybe you're just like, hey, I want to spend some money on a website, I want to build a website, I want it to be there for my customers. Maybe I have an in-person company, which everybody's pretty much going remotely at this point. These are all really, really important things to start breaking down in your mind into smaller bite-sized pieces that will allow you to make educated decisions to grow your business. That's what we help people do. We help people grow businesses. And this is not a sales pitch. I just keep seeing the same questions over and over and over again. And I was like, I have to make this YouTube video. I'm in an Airbnb right now. I needed to make this video because it is so critically important that people understand, hey, this is what I want. Maybe you just want a basic website or a great website or a beautiful website and you're going to take care of everything else, or you just want it to look good. That's fine. That's perfectly okay. But other people, they want to hit that $30,000, $50,000 a month or a year, right? If you're not as crazy as some people, that's fantastic. Don't worry about it. You just have to think of where you're at. Maybe it's just some extra revenue for you, or maybe you want to turn this into a full-time income so you can quit your job. You have to start thinking about right from day one how you're going to get those people there, because ultimately it comes down to conversion rate optimization. How many people do you need on your website to subscribe to your email list so that way they can buy and put money in your pocket? Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. Bye.